Hello, and thank you for joining me today for this meeting. Today we will be discussing our upcoming weekly meetings for the offices in the United States, Singapore, and the Netherlands, and the communication formatted options and recommendations for delivery of these meetings. Initially, we formed a team of 4 members that included Jessica Borgen, Stephen Fox, Jason Gardner, and myself, and were assigned the task of determining the best delivery format for these weekly meetings. After exhaustive research and analysis, we believe we have formulated a plan and set of recommendations that will work best and develop the report as in front of you today. This meeting today is to review this report. A global economy demands that business communication be ongoing 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. The best multinational companies in the world utilize internet tools daily to make sure their offices across the globe are in sync. To maintain a competitive advantage and to maintain weekly communication between our 3 offices in the US, Singapore, and the Netherlands, we must utilize electronic technologies. After extensive research on 5 different forms, the research shows that video conferencing for the weekly check-ins is the most ideal for the company's goals. This report researches the following 5 forms of technology: email, wiki, internet chat, teleconferencing, and video conferencing. The research in the report shows that email, internet chat, and teleconferences are certainly good business tools for conducting day-to-day business internationally. However, in order to provide the most effective and complete communication between offices across time zones and cultures, this report supports the recommendation of dedicated systems video conferencing on a weekly basis. We will now go more in depth into each delivery format research to provide more context into what our decision-making process was. We'll start with email. Email, short for electronic mail, was first used in 1965 in the Massachusetts Institute of Technology on their compatible time-sharing system. Uses of email in business has now become ubiquitous. An illustration demonstrating a typical email's delivery is shown here. Advantages of email include that it uses our existing mail exchange that has 0 startup costs with nearly instant delivery and remote access capabilities. Disadvantages include limited interactions, difficult collaboration, delays in response, and subtle meanings can be lost in translation. The team currently uses the company's email system on a regular basis. However, email is not a viable option for the weekly planning meetings. Next up is Wiki. Simply put, a wiki is a website in which multiple users can access the same information and collaborate together on documents. Documents can be uploaded to the website, and permission granted to other users on the team can go in and add, modify, edit, and delete information, essentially making this a working document. The picture on the screen shows a screenshot of a wiki document that is being modified. Some advantages of Wiki are that it allows multiple users, it contains a record of updates, it uses existing technology, there is remote access capabilities, and there's a low startup cost. Disadvantages include a difficulty to collaborate in real time, limited interactions, and security breach concerns. The ability to use Wiki could be beneficial for document sharing between the different sites. However, it does not provide the formal face-to-face time that the company prefers. Brings us to Internet Chat. Internet Chat, also known as online chat, is defined as any kind of communication over the Internet that offers a real-time direct transmission of text-based messages from sender to receiver. The image here shows a representation of the way Internet Chat works. People connect through the Internet, typing out text messages to each other, and then end up showing up on the text box on their computer. Some advantages of Internet Chat include low startup costs, instantaneous communication, and availability of group chats. However, disadvantages are the difficulty to communicate complex ideas, a delay in response with time zone issues, a lack of formality, and other distractions are possible. The use of Internet Chat can be beneficial in the day-to-day operation of the business. However, again, for the weekly meetings, the format just seems a little bit informal. That brings us to teleconference. To simplify it, a teleconference is a meeting held over several telephones at the same time. And this can be achieved by setting up a conference line and inviting attendees to call into a prearranged phone number with a passcode that they enter to enter the conference. A visual representation of the functionality of teleconferencing is displayed on the screen. Advantages include the ability of use by multiple users, a rich medium, low startup costs, and remote access capabilities. Disadvantages of teleconferences include the requirement of odd hours from time zoned issues, possible lack of participation by some participants on the call, and most importantly, no face-to-face interaction. Although teleconferences would meet the majority of the requirements for this meeting, we did not feel it was the best for this situation. Which brings us to video conferencing. A video conference is defined as the video of a video conference by a set of telecommunication technologies which allows for 2 or more locations to communicate by simultaneous two-way video and audio transmissions. Video conferencing differs from video phone calls in that it is designated to serve a conference or multiple locations rather than just individuals, which makes it ideal for our proposed meetings. Advantages of video conferences include use by multiple users, face-to-face interactions, the richest possible medium, increased participation, the incorporation of document sharing, and the ability to record meetings. Disadvantages, although minimal, include the requirement of odd hours due to time zone issues, significant startup costs, and no remote access. In conclusion, effective communication across the globe is essential to maintaining organizational integrity for multinational businesses. The top businesses in the world utilize multiple forms of internet technology to stay connected. After thorough research of the 5 internet technologies we just talked about, video conferencing is the best choice for this company's weekly meeting. 4 additional tools, as we talked about, were also researched. They all provided potential benefits to the company, as well as some disadvantages. Like, for example, teleconferencing provided similar benefits to video conferencing with the advantage of lower costs and less pressure compared to face-to-face meetings. Email is the most widely used form of electronic communication throughout the business. However, it lacks that personal interaction and tone that sometimes can be misinterpreted between the receiver and sender. Video conferencing, as the graphics show, provides our company with the most effective form of communication for our weekly meeting by allowing face-to-face interaction. Additionally, it will allow for respectful observance of cultural differences between our teams in the United States, Singapore, and the Netherlands. We have come up with 3 recommendations for the implementation of video conferencing as the medium chosen for delivery of the weekly meetings. First, the offices should be set up with high-quality HD cameras and large, at least 40-inch television monitors to implement a dedicated video conferencing system. The cameras will have the ability to pan 180 degrees around the room and will allow for easy viewing of the conference room and presentations. Second, the offices should use Adobe Acrobat Connect as the main program for weekly meetings, and it's because of its unlimited and customizable meeting rooms, in addition to other features like screen sharing and meeting recordings. And finally, the office should rotate the meetings each week because there is a 12-hour time difference between the U.S. and Singapore and a 6-hour time difference between the U.S. and the Netherlands. I want to take this time to thank you for your time today, and I hope this information has proven very valuable to you. And at this time, I'd like to take any questions, comments, or any feedback that you might have on the subject. No? Okay, well, great. Well, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you very much.